morning, guys. We're going to start off with a library book for Bear. One morning, Bear heard a tap, 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 tapping on his door. When he opened the door, there was Mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. "We are off," exclaimed Mouse with a happy wag of his whiskers. Bear frowned. He had agreed to go with Mouse to the library, but now he was quite sure it was a dreadful mistake. "Completely unnecessary," Bear announced. "I have all the books I need right here." "Oh, there are many delightful books in the library," Mouse assured him. Bear grumbled, but he had promised. So he buckled up his red roller skates and stepped outside, grabbing a basket for the books. Bear skated and Mouse rode in the basket to the library. The wind ripped nicely through their fur. But when they got to the library, Bear didn't like how big it looked. "There are far too many books in there," he protested. Most excessive." "Oh no, it's quite exciting," Mouse said, leading Bear through the tall doors. In the library, more books than Bear had ever thought there could be. He quickly found a tucked-away corner, but even there were lots and lots of books. Terribly extravagant." Bear's voice was a little loud. "I shall find you a perfect one," Mouse said quietly in his library voice. "One about pickles," commanded Bear. After all, he only had one of those. But Mouse had whisked away. Mouse came back with the thick green book. Bear opened it. "Rocket ships. Ridiculous." Bear's voice was getting louder. "A good book about pickles is all I require." "Remember, quiet in the library," murmured Mouse as he scurried off. He soon returned with the tall yellow book. "I'm not interested in wooden canoes." Bear's voice was even louder. "Quiet voices in the library," Mouse reminded him. "My voice is always quiet," Bear shouted. "I will find my own book. I can assure you that pickles are quite interesting." Mouse didn't look so sure, but Bear quickly spotted a blue book with a pickle on the spine, and Mouse sprang up to the shelf to get it for him. Inside were pictures of pickles. The pickles had little fairy wings. They were dancing with petunias. "No dancing pickles," Bear roared. "Shh," said a voice. Bear peeked around a bookshelf. There sat a librarian with a cluster of youngsters gathered around her. The librarian smiled, but a mother squirrel squished an angry finger against her lips, and an old raccoon said sternly, "Quiet in the library." Bear turned back with a huff sniff. "I know when I'm not wanted," he told Mouse. "I want to go home." "Surely at least one book," Mouse began. But Bear cut him off. "I have all the books I need." He looked quite certain. "Then we are off," said Mouse, but his whiskers didn't wag this time. Look at how sad he looks down there. Bear stood stock still. He was listening carefully to a voice on the other side of the bookshelf. So the very brave Bear began to inch his way around the treasure chest. the voice was saying. I'm ready, began Mouse. Shh, exclaimed Bear. It's just getting to the good part. But you said... Quiet voices in the library, Bear bellowed. This time, the librarian got up and looked around the bookshelf at Bear. Bear stood very still and quiet, as if he had been still and quiet all along. Would you like to join story time? The librarian asked. Bear glanced at Mouse. We'd love to have you, said the librarian. Bear and Mouse scooted around the shelf and found 2 empty chairs. The librarian began to read again. Bear lifted the lid in the treasure chest, and inside, the librarian paused. Mouse and Bear strained forward. Inside, she said, was a mound of pickled slices, and each shining slice was made of diamonds and gold. And everyone shouted, hooray for the very brave Bear. And then she said, the end. Bear stared dreamily into space for a moment. Then he looked over at Mouse and announced, as I said, pickles are most interesting. Indeed, said Mouse. Later, Mouse rode in a basket with 7 new books. There were 2 about wooden canoes, 2 about rockets, 2 about teapots, and 1 called The Very Brave Bear and the Treasure of Pickle Island, which Bear read to Mouse that very same day. That's the end of that story. And we're going to read Parade Colors. The parade has begun. Here comes the big red fire engine. A band is playing marching music. The drummer's drumsticks are orange and yellow. Look, there's Uncle Sam. He is juggling 3 green balls. See the kids ride on fancy floats? Look for the 2 blue stars. The American flag has red and white stripes. Wave a flag back and forth. The police officer rides a brown horse. This is the end of the parade. What was your favorite part? And we have one more, Thanksgiving mice. Thanksgiving mice get ready for a show. Costume set, go, go, go. Thanksgiving mice shout, have a seat. Come one, come all, come see our play. Pilgrims mice sailed on a ship. They came from England, far away. Raise the anchor, set the sails, to America we go. For many days the pilgrim mice in stormy seas tossed to and fro. They huddled seasick in the hold, hungry, thirsty, filled with dread. At last their journey came to an end. The mice all shouted, land ahead. There's a ship, the Mayflower. They landed on Plymouth Rock. They built new homes in tree trunks, but felt too weak to sing, for they were hungry, thin, and cold. So they waited for the spring. One day they met some friendly folks who gave them corn to sow. They planted it and tended it and watched it grow, grow, grow. Thanks to God, the mice all squeaked. We've lots to eat. Hooray! And so they said to their new friends, let's feast, let's dance, let's play. Thanksgiving mice all take a bow, clap, 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 hooray, hurrah. Come one, come all, come feast with us on this Thanksgiving Day. All right, guys, in your little packet here, you're going to make a little guy, and we're making this because on Wednesday, the 11th, is Veterans Day. So for this Veterans Day, you have everything you need in your packet to make him for Veterans Day. There's the flag that they talked about, one of the books, red and white stripes. Then you have a little picture here in your packet, okay? You have a page like this. It has his clothing, his hat, and his eyes. And here's your shape to make your veteran and the paper to glue it on. Have fun making him on Veterans Day. See you next time.